Hey, everybody, Jim Powers with MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as we roll through our coaches' interviews this week. And joining us is our women's basketball coach, Collin Lanam. And, Coach, last week, against S&T, just some missed opportunities. And then we all know how tough it is to go down to the O'Reilly Center. Talk a little bit about last week.
Yeah, I thought it was a good growing opportunity, but obviously the S&T game was one that slipped away, turning the ball over 25 times, missed a lot of good opportunities at shots. So we got the shots we wanted, they just didn't go down. So that's a growing pain that we're going to go through, and as we get throughout the season, we're going to get better at that. Our turnover numbers are definitely going to go down. Then again at Drury, same story. Just too many blown opportunities, gave them too many extra possessions, turned it over too much, let them get too many offensive rebounds. So that's been a big focus of our practice this week.
2 weeks off, then you go to Puerto Rico, and then another 2 weeks off. What do you do during this period? Obviously finals, that's going to take up a lot of our student athletes' times. But what do you work on to kind of keep them fresh but also keep them engaged, for the task at hand with Puerto Rico coming up? And then, our schedule making was not the best when it comes out of break to go, with the schedule with St. Joe's, UIndy, Parkside, and then Lewis.
Yeah, so, it's one of those things where – we were dealt a situation that we're a hand that we're gonna deal with, and so we're gonna use this time a lot to learn. This is a great opportunity to go back and watch the film, for the girls to get the opportunity to see the things that we've been talking about. So that's one of the good opportunities about this downtime, is we can really break things down, fine tune, clean up, and not necessarily go back and try to recreate. 'Cause we're doing good things, we just need to do them better. And then after the break, going into the heart of conference season, it's going to be tough. It's definitely not going to be easy. But after last week, and I think the girls understand what we're getting ourselves into.
A lot of self-evaluation, and that's what I think that this break really does. Is it lets you work on you. You don't have to really work on a lot of scouting reports or different things like that. It lets you kind of figure out a few things on what's going on with us.
Exactly, and I mean that's not just the girls, that's myself as well. So there's a lot of opportunity to go back and clean things up and see maybe what was working, what wasn't. Go back, watch the film, look at the analytics of everything, and see if what we were thinking is actually what's going on. So it's a great opportunity for me to evaluate myself, to see how things have been going, as well as the girls to be able to get a lot of individual attention. It's not as much about the other teams as it is us doing us and doing us well.
And then, obviously, I think everybody's looking to go down to Puerto Rico and a little sun, a little warm weather after the couple days here. But, what have you seen from the teams that you're going to play down there? What are kind of things you're going to look to work on down there?
They're going to be a very physical team. They're going to be very aggressive. They're going to look to attack the rim, which we've actually been defending pretty well. We're keeping the majority of the teams to low scoring totals, so that's been really good. So I think it's going to be a good thing for us to see a lot more pressure when we're down there, because that's what we're going to see a lot of in our league play. So I expect it to be a very physical, very intense game. So it's going to be a good opportunity to see if the girls can put 40 minutes together 2 nights in a row.
Outstanding stuff, Collin. Thanks so much. Have fun down in Puerto Rico. I know we're going to do a few Skype sessions with you guys from down there, but enjoy the trip, and we'll talk to you when you get back.
Sounds great. We'll see you then.
Collin Lanam joins us, and you'll be able to follow all of the games, both the men and women, from Puerto Rico on our Twitter feed at Maryville Saints. And then when the teams come back, we'll get you ready for conference play, the first of the year, as we open up right here in the Simon Center in January against St. Joe's. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.